What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dead on Dave. And let me be the first to wish you a very happy 4th of July. For those of you celebrating in the United States of America, happy 4th. Yay, yay. All right. Well, we know that it's the 4th of July holiday, and we know that tonight is Monday. So that means explosions and Raw collide. Yes, Monday Night Raw will be on the 4th of July holiday exactly for the first time since 2011, and only the second time in the 2000s period. So with everything that's been happening with Monday Night Raw as of late, I think it's a fair question, and some smarter people than I have already went and posed it over at WrestlingInc.com and some other sports statisticians that we'll talk about in a few moments, that there's a potential that tonight's Monday Night Raw could very well be the least watched episode in history. Before we really get into the crux of that, I think it's important to recognize that TV has changed. The way people have watched TV has changed, the habits, the outlets, it's all changed. But even with the change, low ratings and numbers are still very scary. Even more so for us common folk looking in from the inside. Looking out from the inside, I should say. Easy for me to say. Not really. Anyway, Raw on holidays are usually ignored. Even more so now in this age of DVRs, streaming, and WWE's very own YouTube channel that shows so many clips from Monday Night Raw. I have friends, people who watch Raw, base their opinions off of it just off the clips that they see on the YouTubes, on WWE's own channel, because they show so much of it. So you don't need to watch Raw on USA anymore to watch Raw. There are many other ways to do so. So a lot of people kind of ignore it on the holidays. And with tonight falling on the 4th of July, which is very much a nighttime holiday, because everyone can't wait to run outside and watch shit blow up, or try to blow themselves up or someone else up, or that one guy who just can't resist using a Roman candle as his cock. And thank God that we got guys who will do shit like this, because that's magical. That's magical, people. All of this does not bode well for WWE. While, in my opinion, WWE has been delivering on the pay-per-view since WrestleMania and even SmackDown, Raws have been mostly lackluster. But in fairness, that is a great deal in part to do with that albatross that is the third hour. So, what does this all add up to? Well, according to sports statistician Danny Tuccitto, I'm really sorry if I just absolutely butchered his name, I probably did. We're talking a television rating potential of 1.58, which would just fall short of the all-time low of 1.5 way back in December of 1996. By the way, that was a recorded Raw. The last two times Raw fell on the 4th of July, ratings, well, they were disastrous. In 2005, Raw did a 2.6. That was a 35% drop for the average of that month. In 2011, they fared a little bit better with only a 23% drop, and they posted a 2.4 rating. Based off that data, logical prediction patterns tends to lend to us three potential likely outcomes. A 35% drop, which from the monthly average, which would mean a 1.46 rating, which would be the lowest ever. A 23% drop would mean a 1.72 rating. However, if you continue the trend of that drop lessening every time Raw falls on the 4th of July, we're talking just a 15% drop, which would mean a 1.9. Any way you slice those three scenarios, Raw is posting a rating of under 2 for the first time since March 3rd, 1997. That's scary. WWE doomsayers are going to point and laugh and blame an out-of-touch Vince, ignoring the improved storylines and the pay-per-view payoffs that we've had as of late, and the fact that itself that this is the 4th of July and everybody's outside, especially this guy who can't get enough of using his dick as a Roman candle. I mean, that's a magical. I can't even blame him. I can't even look at that. That's incredible. Oh my God. Do you think his eruptions are explosive? Anyway, they're going to ignore all that because WWE doomsayers are, well, WWE doomsayers. It's all coming down, people. They're the Ron Pauls of the wrestling community. And WWE marks will continue to be offended by every little thing that a naysayer says and tell them to go suck TNA's or Lucha Underground's or Ring of Honor's dick, when in reality, these numbers don't mean a fucking thing. They don't add up to much. Not when you have an increasingly climbing WWE network, new stars stepping up, and older established guys stepping in. And most importantly, we are on the precipice of a potential landscape-changing move when SmackDown moves live on Tuesday nights on the USA Network and its subsequent brand split. Things are looking up for the old wrestling fans. I think that there is something brewing here. I think something really good in the wrestling community. I mean, not just for WWE, but there are positive upticks all around. Even Lucha posted one of its better ratings as of late. TNA's has been a little bit back and forth, but had a decent couple of showings as of late. New Japan continues to be New Japan, and Ring of Honor continues to have its modest following. So, I mean, the industry, while maybe not growing at the moment, is showing signs of a potential windfall in the near future. It's certainly not dying any more rapidly than it had been over the last 10 years, which, let's face it, has looked catastrophic at times. But WWE continues to have a balanced product, even though at times far too long and disengaging. It's going to be interesting to see what happens tonight, and more importantly, how people react to it. However you see the ratings, try to kind of temper your expectations or temper your emotions after you see it, because the reality is it is the 4th of July. It doesn't fall on this day, on Mondays, very often. This is a Haley's Comet of events in some ways. It just doesn't happen very often. All right, that's a little bit of a stretch. That's once in a generation, but once in a lifetime. But every so often, every 5-6 years, this happens, and the ratings are never good. You shouldn't be surprised by it. You should be expecting it. Now, all of that notwithstanding, the question is going to be, will Raw itself be good? And that's the more deep question in my eyes. Will it be entertaining? Will they find a way to mitigate that third fucking disastrous hour? I don't know. Because I haven't seen any storylines being hyped up for this week's show yet. But to be fair, I didn't watch SmackDown or NXT last week. So, it just goes whatever. It's going to be interesting. Are you going to watch Monday Night Raw, or are you going to go out and watch them fireworks, man? What are you going to do? I want to hear from you guys in the chat. Do you think it's going to be the lowest rated Raw of all time? And even if it is, does it matter? I want to hear from you. Make sure you hit me up in the comment section below, or hit me up on the Twitters over at DeadOnDaveV. Let me know what you think, all right? Thank you guys very much for joining me, and make sure you join me again tonight, right after Monday Night Raw live for your review. Yes, I'm doing a review. I don't give a shit because I'm in Germany, and I do my review at 5:15 in the morning. So all the fireworks are all dead and buried by that time, so it don't matter to me. So thank you guys very much for joining me right here on Dead on Day Productions. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. Like Tommy C over at Shot from the Point. Make sure you check out Shot from the Point Dead live today at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or Jeff Huffman, whose channel has been unfairly taken down and hopefully will be restored shortly. Make sure you check those guys out and much, much more. Check out my featured channels list. Jack Malay, all them people, Dr. Deke, Too Tall, everyone who's on that list. Go check them out because they're good people. They be good people. All right, thank you guys very much. We'll see you next time. Keep it copious. Peace. Oh, you can't see my fingers.